Hello everybody, my name is Kronos and welcome to another video. This is not a regular video, I'm doing this for a viewer who asked me to. So there's going to be no music, no face cam or anything like that. I'm just going to show you how I do my streaming and my recording setup. So what you want to do is you go to settings right here. You're going to go to, let's start in general. I'm going to go through all these tabs, we'll start in general. I'll let you know if anything in here needs to be changed. Okay, nothing in here. Let's go straight to stream. So when I'm streaming, the way that I do it personally is I stream on YouTube. Now, to the viewer who had requested me to make this video, I would recommend you to stream on Twitch. So if I were you, I would set this to Twitch. And then all you have to do is connect your Twitch account and connect your stream key here. And I don't know how you get your stream key on Twitch, but if you look it up on Google, there should be a way to find that. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your stream key, and it'll say server auto. I would keep it on auto. And then you'll paste it here. I'm not going to show mine, obviously, because that would be bad, but you'll paste it here. And then it says a connect account recommended. I don't have my account connected. You don't have to, but it will help you. Now let's head over to output. For streaming, I do, let's see, for your audio encoder, you want the FF-MPEG AAC. For your video encoder, you want the, hold on, I think it's, yeah, the H.264 right here, this one. And then what I do, the way that I do it on YouTube is you have to do your, I have to rescale my output, so I upscale my videos to 1440, and I use the sampling. If you're streaming on Twitch, you don't need to do that, so what I would do is set this to 1080 by, it's 1920 by 1080, and the rescale output should be off. You don't need that at all, just turn it off. And this is only if you're streaming on Twitch. If you're streaming on YouTube, you're going to need everything that you see here. Because if you're not, the way that YouTube works, I'll explain it real quick, is if you're not in the YouTube partner program, you don't get the best video encoder. They purposely give you a lower encoder. I don't know why, but they do that. So anyway, if you want to stream on YouTube, you'll need this stuff. And for your rate control, CBR is the only one that I've ever used. And I do 20,000 kilobits per second. If you're on a not so great PC or laptop, I would set this to about 16 to 18,000, and it'll still look good. It won't be the best, but it'll still look good enough to watch. Excuse me. Change your keyframe interval to 2 seconds. Your preset, I would go for anything P5 and lower, or P5 and higher. So P5 to P7 is what I would go for. Don't go for anything below P5 because you're going to get bad quality with that. For your tuning, I use high quality. If the low latency basically is how quickly your stream gets sent to viewers before they actually see it. I do high quality, which is it takes longer for my video to process for other people. And if you want to do low latency so that everything is caught up in real time, you can do that too, but I personally do high quality because it makes it look better. For multi-pass mode, change it from single pass to 2 passes, quarter resolution. Change your profile to high. Turn look ahead off if it's on. And turn on psycho visual tuning. And this should be 0. This should be 2. Now let's move on to the recording aspect of things. If you are recording videos, this is the settings that I use right here. Change your recording format to I don't know how you say that, Mastroska video.mkv. Now what this does is basically if OBS were to crash and your video stops recording, this should save your file no matter what, so that you can pick up where you left off and keep recording. The video encoder is the same, H.264, the NVIDIA NVENC right there. Audio encoder is the same, the AAC. Audio tracks, I personally only use 2 audio tracks, but if you want to use more, basically, let's say that you want to separate your mic from the game audio, that's how you do this. I don't know how you separate the audio. I do use 2 tracks, but I don't know how to separate audio. So you would have to look for a different tutorial for that. My rescale output is, on here, it is disabled. Actually, no, that's wrong. I need to change that. That is supposed to be, the Lancos, 2560 by 1440. And because I'm recording with that disabled, my video might not look so good for this, but, you know, you should be able to see all this either way. I don't know what any of this is, so I'm leaving that default. Rate control is CBR again. And because when you're recording, it's not the same as streaming, I set this to the highest possible kilobits because it's not the same. So it's 30,000 is what I have it set to. Again, if you're on something a little bit less performing, I would set this to anywhere from 18 to 20, and that'll still be fine. Your keyframe needs to be 2. Again, the same thing with your quality, P5 to P7. I personally use P7, but P5 is also good. It's fine. Your tuning should be, when you're recording, your tuning should always be high quality. There is absolutely no reason to use low latency on recordings. Use high quality mode. And for when I'm recording, instead of using the quarter resolution, I do 2 passes full resolution. Profile high, look ahead off, and psychovisual tuning on. GPU is set to 0, max B frames is set to 2. For audio, I keep all of this the same, except for right here for my global audio devices. I have my desktop audio set to specifically a certain monitor because I use a 2-monitor setup, which is how I do my audio. You might do yours differently, so I can't really help you with that. But that is what I use right there. I don't use auxiliary audio. The auxiliary audio usually sounds worse, so I would stick to the desktop. For video, I have a 1440 monitor, but if you're not on a 1440p monitor, here's what you should do. If you're streaming on YouTube, again, this is for YouTube specifically, you should set your base canvas resolution to 2560 by 1440. And it won't be on the list. You'll have to type it in yourself, because if you don't have if you're on a 1080p monitor and you're trying to do 1440, it's not going to show up on that list. You're going to have to type it manually. And then set your output scaled resolution to 2560 by 1440. And then set your downscale filter. This one, I have nothing on right now because they're matching. Actually, wait, I got that wrong. So the base resolution should be 1920 by 1080, and the output resolution should be 2560 by 1440. Sorry, this one that I'm on right here, this should be 1920 by 1080, and this one should be 2560 by 1440. Now, for your common FPS values, do not set this to highest, set this to 60. You need to force it to be at 60 FPS, because if you don't force it, it's not going to work. For hotkeys, I only have a few hotkeys that I use, so I have start recording, stop recording, which is the same key. And then I have another one, which is switch to scene. I have 2 of these, so let me find it. So, okay, we have 2 switch to scenes. I have one. So, basically, I'll show you exactly what that does. Let me hit apply here. So, let's say that I'm streaming, and I'm on this scene, and I have my face cam enabled. It's not enabled right now, but you would be able to see me right here, the game, whatever. And then and let's say I want to go AFK, I swap. But that's just me. Now, let's go to accessibility. We don't need anything in there. Advanced. We don't need anything in here. Now I'm going to show you how I do my YouTube settings. So yes, I was looking at a stream of mine. No, I'm not a narcissist. I was looking at the quality of it. Let me show you. So whenever you go to create, click create right here. And if you're wanting to go live, this is only for live streaming, and this portion of the video is only going to be for live streaming. So let's say that you're streaming on YouTube and you want to stream in good quality. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So what I personally do, I have this down here set to low latency. Normal latency is just going to make it to where your stream is a little less caught up. It takes a little longer for everything to catch up. But what you need to focus on right here is this stream key. So what you're going to need to do is click on select stream key right here. Click create new stream key. Name it whatever you want, doesn't matter. But make sure that you have it set to RTMP default right here. And then what you want to do is click turn on manual settings, set the resolution to 1440, and click turn on 60 FPS option. And what this is going to do is this, since you're recording in 1440p, and what I was telling you earlier about how they force people who are not in the partner program to use a different encoder. But if you're streaming in 1440 or higher, shit, didn't mean to do that. But if you're streaming in 1440 or higher, it forces them to use the highest encoder because you can't encode 4K or 1440 on the lower encoders. So that's what this is for. And if you turn on the 60, if you don't turn on the 60 FPS option, it's going to lock your stream at 30 FPS. So just turn that on and then create it. I'm not going to create this because I already have one, but just for you guys, create that, name it whatever, and there you go. So that is how I record and stream on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.